is this thing on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, hi guys, I'm Antiform0307, and I am joined today with...
This is Riku Keyblade Master.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Okay, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah.
Sora, Guardian of Light.
And the Kingdom Gamer.
And we are 4/5 of the Nobodies. We're missing Milky Way Gamer today, so it's only 4 of us. But this is our first podcast, and this is the introduction. We're basically just going to be talking about our channels. We'll talk about Kingdom Hearts, how we came to know it and love it. We'll talk about how we kind of put this group together, where we got the ideas from, and we may even do a ranking of the Kingdom Hearts games, and we're just going to talk about a few things. So, in terms of introducing our channels, do you guys want to go in like recruitment order or age or?
I don't want to go first. Let's not go by age.
You wouldn't be going first if it was by age, you idiot.
Well, it depends on where you started. I mean, if you started as the youngest,
you're right in the
Gabriel.
middle.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay, well, Sanessa, you go.
I'm Riku Keyblade Master, and I specialize in theories. I do fan dubs here and there sometimes, and I also specialize in vocal covers.
Okay, I will go next. So, hey guys, I'm Andy4307. Me and Milky Way Gamer have our own channel together known as the Kingdom Keepers, where we basically do top 10s, reviews, and just stuff like that, basically, of most video games, mostly specializing around PlayStation and Nintendo, but my main focus has and always will be Kingdom Hearts. I do Kingdom Hearts videos more than really anything else because it is my favorite game series, but yet I still do other stuff on there. So, yeah, that's me.
Alright, who's going next?
Go ahead, Mr. Facecam.
Oh, I guess I'm last. Okay, let's go.
Well, I'm the Kingdom Gamer. I do Kingdom Hearts. But basically, Let's Plays. Have my series called NDC, where I basically just do a whole ton of news discussions and countdowns. That's what it stands for. But, besides that, yeah, that's about it. Basically just do Kingdom Hearts.
Alright.
Now we get to the guy with the worst upload streak ever.
You know, there's a thing called school.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I'm Sora, Guardian of Light. My channel is primarily, actually all dedicated to Kingdom Hearts. I don't upload really anything else. I don't think I have. Basically, I cover news, new information, updates. Yeah, that's about it. Anything to do with Kingdom Hearts. Kind of like a cynical type theme, but not exactly, but, you know.
Yeah, because cynical is actually good.
You know, I put a lot of effort into mine with the resources I have, sir.
I'm just kidding. But anyway,
I know.
guys.
I did all efforts.
So, let's see. Let's go in the opposite direction. So, you go first this time.
Okay.
How did you find Kingdom Hearts and just ramble on for all I can?
I mean, it's really like, do you want me to like give the history behind it or just how I found it?
You can just.
How did you find it?
Just give the history.
Okay. So, I think it was like when I was really young, like I think I was like 5 or 6, my brother actually was playing the game. And I was just watching him play. We had the same room at the time, and it was like I was like, oh my god, this is actually pretty cool. And I never actually played it until like a couple years later when I bought Kingdom Hearts 2, and that I bought that myself, and I played it, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually really cool. So Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first Kingdom Hearts game I ever played, and then I went, because it was way easier than Kingdom Hearts 1 for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, oh my god, like, I was only playing on, like, beginner, and I still died a lot. It was bad. I mean, I was 6, cut me some slack. But yeah, so play Kingdom Hearts 2, then play Kingdom Hearts 1, and then, like, it kind of became my child. It was basically my childhood, to be honest with you. Like, in 3rd through 5th grade, I met this one kid who actually knew what it was, and we became like best friends. And that was about the time 358 over 2 days came around, and I got a DS specifically for that, so that was kind of cool. And then like as the years went on, like I kind of like lost. I don't want to say lost interest, but I kind of forgot about it. Like I don't know. But then like about a year ago, found it again. I was like, oh my god, I used to love this. I still do, obviously, and started the channel about 5 months ago, and it's been great. It's been awesome. So that's just the shortened version. I think Gabriel goes next.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good.
Well, I basically found out Kingdom Hearts first when we were at our cousin's house somewhere. I don't know where they were at the time, but yeah, they were playing the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, sort of a spoiler, but I let that go. And that's how my older brother found out, and then my older brother kind of told me about it. We had a PS2, so we got Kingdom Hearts. Didn't have a memory card for quite a bit, but then we finally got one. And then it was good. But
the memory cards.
Oh my god, fighting Darkseid 1,000 times.
But yeah, I never actually, or not never, but for a long time I didn't complete the game because I got stuck on Riku Anthem. Oh, okay. Anyway. So I just decided to move on to Kingdom Hearts 2. Beginner mode, of course. I managed to beat that one, and well, I guess I just kept on. Yeah, that's about it. I just like Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, so
like a year ago. So yeah, I do stuff.
Nice.
All right.
Anthem was a.
So basically, I first found it when we were at like a friend's house, kind of family friend's house, and their kids were playing it, and then my sister and my brother would play it with them. I had no idea what was going on until a few years later. They'd play the game. So then I started playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 literally at like the same time. So really I have like just as much nostalgia for Kingdom Hearts 2 as I have for Kingdom Hearts 1. And then we played Chain of Memories, the GBA version, played that on the DS since I could do the backwards compatibility. I really didn't like it. PS2 version came out, gave it a try, still wasn't a big fan, so I just watched the cutscenes. Then by the time 358 came out, I remember being excited about how you're going to get to play as the organization, as it was like the Roxas story and stuff. Wasn't a huge fan of the game. So yeah, I was just kind of like waiting. I was like, I didn't really think there was gonna be a continuation. I thought like all the other games were just gonna fill in the plot holes. And then when Birth by Sleep came out and I played that, I was like, yeah, there has to be something else. They can't just introduce it and then leave it with this whole Xehanort thing. And then they had the secret movie and stuff, obviously, which I thought meant nothing basically after 358 came out. I was like, nothing's gonna ever happen. And then, let's see, after I remember seeing a trailer for Dream Drop Distance, haven't played it yet, only seen the cutscenes because I don't have a 3DS. And yeah, that's probably about it till now. I wouldn't mention Recoated, but I don't really think there's too much to go into with Recoated. But that's basically how I found it, and then through the years I would just play it for hours and hours and hours. My Kingdom Hearts 2 save file on 2.5, one save file has about 400 hours into it, so yeah. Oh.
Wow.
It's really fun. I love the gameplay. I love the story, and I can't wait till 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3 eventually, whenever that happens.
And 1.5 and 2.5 on the same disc.
Nah.
Right?
He's like, what? It's 60.
I could care. I could care less, but still.
I'm hyped. Okay, so now Vanessa.
Alright, so how I got into Kingdom Hearts, back in 2002 when it first came out, I saw a commercial for it, but my visual ranges were not the best. As being partially blind, I can't do dark areas very well. So when I saw the trailer, I thought, no, this looks cool, but my mom wanted me to wait. But then, when I was in middle school, in 8th grade, I got into it by seeing a commercial for Recoated. Even though it is a crappy game, it does still have a bit of nostalgia for me, because I thought, hey, it has Disney characters into it. I'm a huge fan. So, yeah, I'm game. Played Recoated. The gameplay was horrible. Well, not horrible, but, like, the story was horrible. The gameplay was... It was fine.
Decent, yeah.
Decent, yeah. And then, when I got 358 back in 2008, the same year, I played 358, and I was excited to play it, but I thought, a little down the road, it's a complete chore, like, hello, what the heck is this? And then Leechgrave made me stop playing it. Leechgrave made me stop playing it, but I did eventually beat it. Shion's boss fight is hard. I'm not gonna lie. And then Birth by Sleep came out. I was okay with the 3 different stories. I liked that, but I felt that the secret ending was kind of meh too. But
I like it.
it was alright. It was alright. I liked it. I also liked, since I got to play through the secret episode on 2.5, but Hunter of the Dark, I kid you guys not, is hard. And, as far as the others go, Kingdom Hearts 2 is still my favorite console game. Not gonna lie. But, Kingdom Hearts 1, I eventually got to play it with 1.5, and, well, I did own a PS2 copy, but I got stuck in the Hades Cup. But, yeah, basically, Kingdom Hearts 1.5, I got to play through 1, Rechain of Memories. Rechain of Memories was an awesome game. I still own the PS2 version. I like the fact that they added Riku in there, like, as a side story, kind of. Yeah. Seriously, I liked that. I felt it was a lot more easier and more strategic than Sora's side. But in terms of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, I played it, I liked it, but the Tamagotchi system, they need to fix it. No offense. But, yeah, when 2.8 comes out, you best believe I'm going to be playing the HD version of Dream Drop Distance, and I'm going to be playing through 0.2, no question, and I'm really excited for it.
Okay, so I think we're good. Do you guys have anything else, or do you want to move on to our ranking thing?
Well, I guess I forgot to mention, even though I didn't completely know at the time, when I was like, I don't know, 7, my older brother's friend actually found a copy of 358, and technically, my older brother finished it, and technically, that was my first Kingdom Hearts game, but
Technically.
no. So yeah, that's just a sort of thing.
Just that minor detail.
Alright, do you guys want to move on to the ranking?
I'm good. Anybody else have anything to add?
Nope.
Alright, well, I know I have mine, so I'll go ahead. You guys will go me. Who else wants to go next?
I guess I'll get mine out of the way.
Alright, I'll go third, and then I'll give Gabriel the time to get his list together.
Alright, so mine, you don't have to go into much detail about it. At the bottom would be Recoated. I hate the story. Gameplay's okay. I really don't like the turn-based thing in the Olympus Coliseum. And I thought it was kind of disappointing. 6 is Rechain. Like the story. Good character-based story. Like Sora's whole role in it. Like getting to play as Riku. The card system, though, is really bad. And then 358, again, I love the story. I love the story even more than Rechain's, but the gameplay, it just, I mean, at least it stays, at least it keeps the formula, but it just doesn't work well. 4 would be Dream Drop Distance, probably. From when I got to play of it on the other member of my channel and the Nobodies Milky Way Gamer, because he has one on his 3DS. Gameplay's fun. Flow motion's good. and I think it's a pretty good game. Story can be a bit of a train wreck sometimes. I understand it because I pay attention throughout every cutscene, but there's a lot of problems in that. Flow motion's a bit broken. Some boss fights aren't really that good. 3 and 2, basically a tie for second, would be between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Birth by Sleep. I like them both. I think Birth by Sleep probably has a better story. Well, I probably like Kingdom Hearts 1's gameplay more, and the fact that Kingdom Hearts 1 is really simple in terms of the story, but I just can't really choose between them. It's hard. Both of them, sometimes the worlds can be good, but sometimes they can be kind of mediocre or bad. I'd say most of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 are mediocre, and same goes for Birth by Sleep. And then at the top is Kingdom Hearts 2, which I really don't think is that surprise. There's a lot of good worlds. The gameplay is really fun, and I think basically everyone thinks Kingdom Hearts 2 is the best game. A few people may have Birth by Sleep challenging it, but I think it's the best one. So yeah, that's it.
My rankings are pretty much the same, but with a few reasons behind that. Kingdom Hearts 1, the reason why it's at the spot is that, for me, I think it would be number 3, because I like how the gameplay was and how everyone was involved with the story. All the different characters were, legit involved. And I liked how they did, some of the stuff. But the camera angles, dude, I hated those. No offense. But, as far as everything else, I think that Dream Drop Distance would probably be my second. And Birth by Sleep, honestly, would probably be... Well, it's a tie between Birth by Sleep and 2. Because, again, 2, everyone is more involved. Well, not really everyone is more involved, really, because I don't see much involvement except for with Aladdin and Sora. And you guys know which scenes I'm talking about. But Birth by Sleep definitely is on the list because of the fact that, yeah, I like the different story perspectives, and I also liked the gameplay, the command decks, and the command styles. But there's one thing that drives...
What? I think we lost you. Yeah, we can't hear you. Try hanging up and calling the call back, but until now, Ashton, go ahead.
Okay. So, man, this list is hard. I mean, the bottom one has to be... Can she hear us?
I can hear you.
Alright, you're back. Alright, continue.
I think... Oh, shoot, where did I leave off? Oh, yeah, Birth by Sleep. I couldn't stand the command boards.
Oh,
and I'm not apologizing.
I'm not a big fan of those either, to be honest with you. I like how they did it in Dream Drop Distance, but I'm not a big fan of them in Birth by Sleep.
What, with the Tamagotchi system?
Just the command deck.
Yeah, that's another complaint I had with Dream Drop Distance is the Tamagotchi system needs to be fixed. Josh Scorcher said the same thing.
Yeah, it's...
Interesting.
It doesn't work.
Nope, it don't work. It does not work at all.
And not everything in this world is perfect, not even Kingdom Hearts.
Debatable.
Don't you mean Kingdom of Hearts?
I know, I had someone come at me at school one time when I was in middle school, and I'm like, no, dude. Actually, when I would join the drama club, somebody brought their DS and was playing 358 too, and they were in Halloween Town, and I'm like, dude, where you at? They're like, Leechgrave. I'm like, ugh.
Leechgrave was a pain.
Yeah, he really was, but,
I would be the one that actually overleveled in the game and beat Leechgrave easily.
Probably.
Gabriel, like, oh my god, you're probably like one of the best Kingdom Hearts players we have in the group, to be honest.
I have to be the worst because of my visual fields.
Probably.
I'm the only one that plays on critical, so.
I play on critical.
Hey, I played on
One
critical
time, Jackson.
and proud. Like,
I play on proud now.
You do.
so far.
And I'm
Have
still
you
I
beaten
didn't
them?
know that.
so
Gabriel's still on standard.
It's okay, Gabriel.
It's okay, you'll move up.
Alright, Ashton, your rankings, go ahead.
Alright, let's do this. Rechain of Memories would have to be on the bottom. Just because I really didn't like the combat system that much. I mean, was it rewarding when you put together a good deck and you had kind of like a strategy to use? Like, yeah, that was satisfying and all, but it was just more a pain. It still had that Kingdom Hearts 1 style to it, but it was more of a pain to put the deck together. For Sora side of the story, Riku side of the story was way less strategic, and it kind of gave you a preset deck, so that was interesting. But yeah, the card system I didn't like. It was unique, I give them that. I see what they were trying to do, but meh. Next would have to be Recoated, just because the gameplay was actually pretty good. It was a step up from 358, but story, I feel like I'm the only one that actually kind of enjoyed the story. I mean, it wasn't the best, but I still enjoyed it. Like, I was still entertained by it.
I enjoyed it too, especially like this one moment where Riku's like, "I'm sorry," and so it's like, "Stop it."
Yeah, Riku did a lot of apologizing in that game, Data Riku.
Not in data form this time.
Anyways, the story of Rechain was the best part of it. The gameplay was not, and then the gameplay was the best part of Recoated. The story was meh. So okay, the next on my list would probably have to be 358 over 2 days. The story was amazing. Don't get me wrong there. The gameplay was worse than Rechain. It was ugh. Then I think I got 3 out of the 6, right? No, 3 out of the 7. I forgot about Dream Drop. Like, I'm putting like 1.5 and 2.5 in my head, and then I forget that Dream Drop Distance is on 2.8. Okay, next would have to be Dream Drop Distance. Well, yeah, Dream Drop Distance. Gameplay was good. I like what they did with the command deck in that one. Story was pretty good too. I enjoyed how they implemented time travel. I liked the confusing aspect part of Kingdom Hearts. Like, I like how it gets you thinking in it. So the time travel thing was a good thing for me. Next would have to be Birth by Sleep. Most people have Birth by Sleep at their number 2 slot, but I put it at number 3 because I feel like I don't know. I feel like the voice acting could have been better from certain characters, and I didn't really enjoy the worlds that much.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Whose TV is Oz?
Not mine.
Oh, no, it's my brother. See, my mom installed this stupid stereo system in our bathroom, and my bedroom is right next to the bathroom, unfortunately, and yeah.
Alright, just continue, Ashton.
Okay, so Birth by Sleep, again, the combat was a bit floaty. Shot locks were cool, but broken, overpowered. Aqua's cartwheel was broken as well, the cartwheel dodge. I mean, it just had a lot of issues. Like, if it was polished, I think it would have been really good for the combat. The storyline, I enjoyed the Xehanort part of it, but as for the Disney worlds, they were okay, some of them. I enjoyed some of them, but my favorite part of the storyline was the Xehanort stuff and the Radiant Garden stuff. None of the really Disney world entertained me that much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I totally would too.
But then my number 2 spot would probably have to be Kingdom Hearts 1, because that's just so it's an iconic game. It was one of the first games that got me actually into the franchise. It just had a lot of heart put into it. I feel like it was a kind of testing ground for what they were trying to do, and they actually pulled it off, even though some of the worlds were like, eh. My favorite part of Kingdom Hearts 1 was pretty much Hollow Bastion, and like towards the end of the game, like all the conflict leading up with Riku and Sora and Kai, like that. Riku was such a butthole in Kingdom Hearts 1. I've never hated a character so much in my life.
He was. No offense.
He died. Man, I enjoy kicking his butt at Hollow Bastion. So,
but at least he redeemed himself.
Yeah, he's
down the road.
Yeah, true. If you can make a character like Riku be liked again by so many, then you can do anything. Then obviously Kingdom Hearts 2 would be my favorite out of the 7, just because it's good worlds, amazing combat, probably the best we've had so far. They just implemented it really well. Storyline was great, combat was great, and it was just an overall pretty good game. And that's my list. So Gabriel.
Okay. So probably the worst for me would have to be Recoated, just because the story, I mean, with Kingdom Hearts and Recoated Memories, it sort of went through the same worlds, the same exact worlds. With Recoated, they did the same thing, but with less. And yeah, the gameplay was okay to me. But yeah, mainly just because the story, or lack of the story. And then second to last would be probably Reaching a Memory. The card system I didn't mind too much until it got like to really hard bosses. I really liked the independent story of it, and that it introduced the organization, and also that Sora had a lot of development in that game. And Jimmy Cricket was completely forgettable, but, and yes, or kind of 358, because I like the story. It's sort of like the opposite of Recoated. It was definitely lackluster. The graphics were, they were okay for a DS game. Not as good as Recoated, but I still liked it more because it actually had a good story. Or would be Dream Drop Distance, because I don't think it's like as good as Birth by Sleep, because I started to find a lot of problems with the game. The time travel to me, it's good, I guess, but it wasn't really well explained. Also, there's like a lot of bosses that were too big for the screen, and the drop system was sort of really annoying for me. Like, I don't understand why you can't just drop it any time you want instead of like going randomly off in the middle of a boss.
The drop system was annoying.
Yeah, but it's not a good gameplay and everything. In a pretty good story, I guess. But it brought a lot of characters back from the dead just because it was a 10-year anniversary game. But, number 3 is Birth by Sleep, because Birth by Sleep is interesting. Lots of people said that its story was too confusing, and I don't really think it's that confusing. I think it's pretty good, but many people, I definitely see a problem there, because Sleep started to explain a lot of things. Birth by Sleep started to explain a lot of things that maybe weren't needed to be explained, so it made a lot of things complicated, but I still like that, how it made everything complicated in a way, which is kind of weird, but gameplay is pretty good, even if a little bit broken. The graphics are good, so it overall a pretty good game. Number 2 would have to be Kingdom Hearts 1, because it had a really simple story, and the Disney worlds were never so, like, in that game, the Disney worlds and the Disney villains were really, they were, like, involved with the whole darkness. They knew what was going on. Sort of like the organization in Kingdom Hearts 2. They know the whole premise of everything about the Twin Hades and darkness and heartless. They know everything like that, which makes them feel like real villains. The worlds were really, like, detailed. It felt like they were in, like, you were in the worlds, but a lot of the worlds were sort of, like, beta-ish. Some of them weren't good, some of them were really good, but, yeah, sort of set the foundation for the series. Really good game. But number one would have to be Kingdom Hearts 2 because, it's basically good at almost everything, but, except for a couple things, like, maybe detailed worlds, like, it doesn't have as much nooks and crannies as Kingdom Hearts 1 did, and the Disney villains weren't as involved as the original Kingdom Hearts, but I feel like the things that it made better overall, like, sort of overshadowed the things that got worse. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, yeah, the only difference between yours and mine is that you switched Chain of Memories and Recoated. Alright, so what's next?
Hopefully that music freaking stops, because I can't hear a thing.
I can barely hear anything, too.
Yeah, I told my brother to turn it down, but he's being a pathetic idiot right now.
It's gone now. Oh, there.
I'm about to go kick that box.
Alright, so, you guys want to do our favorite characters, or?
You already know mine.
Yeah, you already know mine.
Well, they don't.
I mean, it's kind of obvious if you think about it.
The viewers don't. Alright, well then let's just have the obvious ones go first. Let's start with Ashton.
You already couldn't tell by my name. Do you want me to explain why?
Sure, yeah. First, Sinessa, go freaking just tell him to turn it down again. Or, like, turn it down for him.
Yeah, give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
It's okay.
So annoying, I couldn't hear a thing.
Nah. I couldn't hear.
Shh.
My brother also has a stereo like that. It's really loud.
Yeah, this.
The fight's about to go down.
Turn it down. Yeah. Or off.
Anyway.
Okay, so anyways,
no more fights.
Alright, so, go ahead and explain.
Alright. So, if you didn't tell by my, channel name, Sora Guardian of Light, my favorite character is, Sora. And primarily the reason Sora, he's just an example of kind of what a person should be. Like, he's pretty much kind to everybody. He's a sweet person. He tries to look for the good in people, even in his enemies. Ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, for example, it's just, I don't know what it is about him. Like, he's a unique character, and while I do believe he needs to show a bit more development on the anger side of things, like excluding the Chain of Memory stuff, because he's a bit, I don't want to say too nice, but you get what I'm saying. He still is overall my favorite character for those reasons, and he's just, I don't know what it is about him. He's just a really good, developed character.
Alright, go ahead, Sinessa.
Alright, so Riku has a bit more depth to him. The reason why he's my favorite character is because I see a lot of myself in him, you know. He, okay, well, obviously he started off as a jerk, but considering that you've been stuck on an island for, like, ages with no way to get off, would you? I mean, come on. But then again...
If I would love to have an island that I could go hang out on myself.
Well, he did realize that there were other worlds. I don't exactly know how. I think
Because Terra told him.
Yeah, Terra was a bit of an instigator towards that. But Riku, I see a lot of myself in him. You know, he later down the road, he's once you get to know him, he's a very kind person, and he's someone who's very protective. Like, for example, in well, no, because it'll be considered a spoiler alert.
It doesn't matter. Most people have already played the games.
Yeah.
In Kingdom Hearts 2, when he finally did team up with Sora and the others, and the point in Dream Drop Distance where he's like, you know, when Sora's in that bubble,
The sleeping
like,
pod.
you're the one that's a pain, and I'm gonna deal with you. Let's go. And he's just basically more protective, is what I'm saying. And I see myself as a protective person as well. So the reason Riku's my favorite is because I see a lot of myself in him. So think of how I am. That's pretty much how he is.
All right. Now it's just. Anyways, now it's between Jackson and Gabriel.
Gabriel, you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go. Okay,
Yeah,
my favorite is Roxas, because, I sort of, like, appreciate, character development. At the beginning of 358, Roxas was definitely, like, well, practically non-existent. Kind of ironic, but, at the end, and it, like, especially in the prologue, he, like, got a lot of, I got really angry, let's say. He definitely, he wanted to know who he was, and I can appreciate that. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's very well developed, and, if you've seen that secret ending at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Roxas and Xemnas need to have a showdown in Kingdom Hearts 3.
That would be so cool!
But is that all you had to say?
Yeah, that's basically it.
All right. Well, Jackson.
Okay. So, mine is really a tie between Roxas and Axel, because I like Axel's humor, character development, the kind of role he plays in 358, all of his lines. I love his weapons, and I just love his personality in general, and I love the connection he and Roxas and Shion have. But at the same time, Roxas is a really deep, really good developed character. Sorry, I think Axel is developed a lot, but I think Roxas is definitely the most developed Kingdom Hearts character. The reason I don't have someone like Sora or Riku on the spot or Kairi is because with Kairi I think she could, but she doesn't get enough screen time. With Sora, I just kind of want him to mature a bit more while still having his kind of same personality. So maybe when Kingdom Hearts 3 rolls around, you never know, he could be definitely up there. Aqua was actually my third, by the way, but with Aqua, I think she's a good character, but she just seems emotionless in the Disney worlds. And then with Riku, I honestly just get tired of darkness, 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 darkness. Like, I can't stand it. It's so annoying. Like,
I get
just
that.
shut up.
Yeah, he's like, he always complains about, like, he felt the darkness, and
I know. I'm just like, okay, that happened, like, in the first game.
you're good now. You kind of saved Sora's butt many times, and
I know. So that's the biggest reason why I don't have Riku on here. And yeah, that's about it.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
What? I was just gonna say Roxas is probably definitely the most developed character. He's probably number 2, and then Axel would be my number 3.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was gonna do like a top 10. Oh shoot, I should.
I already did that. And then, of course, the real number 1, Dolan Duck, the most useful character.
Oh my gosh.
Hashtag Dolan Lives Matter.
Why are you freaking standing in the middle of each new trailer doing nothing?
Alright, so I think that's 40 minutes. Probably long enough. You guys want to sign off?
Unless you have...
I actually have a theory that, if you guys want to go over that.
Alright, go ahead, and then we'll close it off.
Okay, so you remember in Kingdom Hearts 2 where in certain cutscenes you hear this whistle?
Yeah. It's mainly in Dive Into the Heart.
I'm starting to think that with the cutscenes where the whistle was guiding Pluto towards the Dark Portal, I think it's Riku. And here's the reason why I think it was him. Because at the end, when Riku decides to leave, Riku Ansem decides to leave, Pluto stops him. Like, you're not going anywhere.
It is Riku.
Like, he knows. And like in Kingdom Hearts 1, when they did the dark portals and Pluto just kept jumping into them, I wonder if Mickey sort of already knew Riku and gave Pluto instructions to go with the others to try to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, it was Riku.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was him that was doing the whistles. I thought.
Yeah,
That
because
was him.
I don't really think that's a theory. I think that was just like if you like thought about it, it was kind of.
But what do you guys think? I know there's like that whistle in Dive Into the Heart.
The voice?
No, not the voice. It's like kind of like a whistle and kind of like instruments kind of playing. You can hear it here. If you want to hear it, go to the Data Roxas fight and just listen before he appears.
I just want to know who's speaking, like, at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. That's always confusing.
It's Ven.
You think so?
It has to be.
It is.
You think?
Really?
I don't think I know.
Seriously, even Gabriel's shocked. Like, wow, is it seriously?
Yes.
It has to be.
I need confirmation on that, sir.
Oh my god.
Show me the Okamania.
Dude.
I mean, it makes sense, but, like, where's, like, the...
You're killing me.
I'm killing you?
Alright, anyway, guys, I've been 307. I've been joined by these 3 scrubs today, and y'all can do your sign off for all I care.
Alright, who's going next?
Go ahead, Sinessa.
Alright. This has been Riku Keyblade Master, and I'll see you guys next time for the next video, whether it be a vocal cover, discussion, or anything like that. Just keep it here.
Alright, Kingdom Gamer, Mr. Facecam.
Bye. Okay, you guys can go.
That's my favorite one. That is my favorite one.
Okay. Well, I have been Sora, Guardian of Light, and it was a pleasure dealing with these scrums, and I love you all.
We love you too.
Good.